Hey, good evening, everybody. Hopefully, Castro can join me. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Y'all, I need to talk to Castro because we are at a point right now where I feel other people are getting involved in their relationship to the point where, I'm hearing there are police involved now, on some level. And a lot of people pretty much are stating they feel that Castro is going to be headed back to Tommy. And Tommy did just say in a live that he's doing right now that Castro will be back. So I just wanted to ask Castro some questions that I think would just kind of make him feel a little bit better with the situation where he's standing right now. Scorpio ascending, hey baby. I've seen a lot of emotion come from people on both sides of their fences. I think that at this point, I can see the fusion of YouTube and their relationship. The addiction that comes from YouTube, that's the dangerous thing about this is that could be costly. That could be the reason that he may go back. The addiction for YouTube, as well as the feeling of love in the air. I'm going to say this right here. I don't want extreme harm to come from neither man. I don't want it to hit Tommy or Castro. I don't want that to happen. We are at a point where the physicalities are no longer just hands. Weapons are involved now. Scorpio, you said, I just hope they are both safe. The only way it's looking like they can be safe, Scorpio, is with them being apart. But I just want to ask Castro some questions about just the beginning, certain things from the beginning, that so I can just get some clarity on, and we can clear some things up, because it's certain things that I know I've seen with the experiences that I've had. He said, and I thought, if I am not mistaken, he said that this was the first time that I guess this could this happened to him, where he may have had an involvement with a relationship that pretty much turned sour. Yeah, Scorpio, it's really bad right now. Hey, Davin. Oh, you said I'm cooking, keep me company. I know that's right, boo. Yeah, Davin, I need to get some of that food that you got over there, darling. My stomach is calling for it. Yeah, I want it to just come live and really just step. I want both men to know that I don't want harm to come from neither one of them, because I see that that is the route that I feel that is headed, especially when people are talking about snapping or having enough. That is when, people really just have to step in, or they feel like they're going to cause even worse situations. They have to step very carefully. I wanted to ask Castro what like was one thing that I know that I feel could be a start of someone basically maybe attacking you is if they start off basically saying that you are their property. I wanted to ask them if that was one of the first things that was said to him. Sometimes when somebody says that to you, you may not catch it at first, especially if you do like them. But it always kind of starts with that. They're real nice at the beginning. Well, I ain't even gonna say nice. Bad boyish. That's it. Yeah, they got that bad boy type attitude. They may not say much, but they're very low key. And then that's when certain things start to happen. Yeah. So I don't know, because right now I know they're in a very you know, it's very tight in right now. Castro may not even feel like talking about it because I know he's been trying to discuss it and he's hearing a lot of backlash. People are saying you just need to, leave him alone. But they have to understand he's very deep in right now. He is. I think he's deep in, and right, that's really important to know because I need to understand where I haven't heard Castro. This is the thing. I haven't heard him yell out so many F bombs. Something that was said today by Tommy was the reason he throws out all those F bombs is because he doesn't have his back. That's what Tommy said today. Mhm. And I feel like that right there shows that I mean that's where I feel Castro should have cut it off. That's YouTube. That's YouTube. That's what like YouTube shouldn't cause all this injury in your relationship. But that's basically YouTube is tearing it apart. While Castro is away from Tommy right now is the most critical time because we don't want him to have to go back. But it just may end up in that route unless we go back to the beginning. We have to mingle Castro to see where he first was able to continue to take name calling at such high estates. When that right there shows that some Tommy has a hold over him. Hey, Sassy. he has a hold over him from just sitting there taking that those just that foul activity. I heard you can't, Tommy. I heard he says F word on the end of every sentence. He just says it, says it, says it, says he deserves to be called it. And I'm telling you, I know I want to ask Castro if he's ever been in a relationship where a man has called him that before. Constantly. That word, somebody that is leading to respect you and that may want to spend that intimate time with you, they aren't going to call you that, regardless of how bad you made them feel. But it's like, I think it's like second nature to Tommy. Oh, Davin, you say you don't like Tommy. I get a bad vibe from him. I used to get a much better vibe from Tommy. I feel at this point they don't need to be together, especially if they're going to cause this right here. Like if it's just going to get worse. YouTube is involved, and this is the scary thing. We just, shock value. This is not the way to go. You can beef all day. Southern nobleman, hey Michelle, you can beef all day, but I heard Castro say something today in his live that was very alarming. And we all saw, well, no, I don't know if everybody saw. I saw Tommy over there. He was breaking brooms. He was breaking them in half. So, oh, Michelle, you said you're lost, boo. Okay, so what has been going on is Castro and Tommy right now, they are split. They are pretty much separated. We don't want Castro to go back, but Tommy is already stating that Castro will be back Monday. That's what he said. He said Castro will be back Monday. And right now things aren't looking good. From what I heard on Castro's live, the police was called. People from YouTube are becoming more and more involved. Tommy was calling Castro calling him the F-bomb in every sentence. Barn dog, salute. What's going on, homie? He was calling him, yeah. And I'm telling you, that is not the way that a relationship goes. Unless it's on both ends. I did not hear Castro calling him that word. That's just that's just like in a woman and a man, and the man continues to call the woman the B word the whole time, and she isn't doing that. Michelle, you said who's live, bro? Well, boo. The broom getting broken, that happened on Tommy's And and then where I'm going, like Castro was the one he said Castro said that his lip was busted, and he said that he had bruises, and it sounded like it was quite a fight the last road that they had. But I don't know what was told to the police. Tommy said that he stays in the projects. So basically he was saying that a lot of stuff is gonna go unnoticed. He was like, you can send them, but they'll be sent back. I do know that Castro still wants to protect Tommy. I just at this point I don't know really how Tommy sees Castro. But that right there, if you're not willing to not call that man the F word, somebody that you say that you love, you wouldn't call them that. If you feel like he's out here creeping or doing certain things, if you're gonna call him that, you don't need to be with him, because that is not the way. That's not the way that a gay relationship works. You could be turning that man down. Hey, real mama Fifi. Nubius, what's going on? Good to see you. You said Tommy uses that word too much for me. Yeah. And see Southern. Hey, Rodney. See, the thing about it is, okay, I know we're over in this area. If he was using it towards others, okay. But no, this is somebody that you have brought into your home. And the way you use it, you are tearing that man down. It just isn't. It's not right to keep to continue to reference your person, the person that you come up here and maybe fight with. But no, they. It's ugly. It's very ugly. It's ugly, and I don't hear Castro using it towards him. He's always trying to make it right. And Castro just said in Jay Wilson's live that he is the type of person that just snaps at the, he may just like blackout. We don't want that to happen, because we don't want Castro to do anything that he may regret. It's just, yeah, Real Mama Fifi, it's ugly. And I heard people were saying, oh yeah, because Castro doesn't want a restraining order. He doesn't want to go to that. And the reason he doesn't is because he wants to go back to him. That's definitely I know that to be, because he wouldn't. If this last physical attack or incident was, so severe that he was, he's saying, look, I'm out of there. When someone told him, Castro, Tommy's saying that you'll be back Monday. That means, from what I'm hearing, that means that you haven't blocked him. You haven't blocked him. You haven't. You're willing to hear his apologies, which I'm quite sure he has already set up to the point where he makes it believable. The way that he talks to you in the form of love is probably totally different from what we hear. That's the way it's looking like what happens outside of the app. Is a play against you, Castro. At one time, I did feel that they were just fully playing with us for views, but that calling, I'm telling you that the F word, that word is meant to tear someone down. It's I don't know, y'all. At this point, Scorpio, I don't know if he's willing to see that. I really did want to ask Castro, though, if he was called that by any of his other relationships, because he said he did have quite a few. So I want him to kind of go back and just look and say if he was or if he wasn't and how he felt about it. Because you can never get comfortable with that word with your significant other. You got to break that off from the beginning. Say, oh, hold on. No, you can't go around calling me that. It's not a feel-good word. If he can really come up here and just tell me, or go to, somebody's platform and say, I have no issue with him calling me that. I would love for, if he could do that. Voodoo Badu. What's up, Voodoo? Voodoo, you know what? Gay man to gay man, Voodoo. Have you ever been in a relationship where your partner at the time that he called you the F word, and then he continued to just call you that, like, on everything that you do? Oh, real mama, you said no, you can't. That's why I think Tommy used it on and off here. Ugh. Yeah, Voodoo. Yeah, you said nope, I don't play that. Yeah. I mean, that's something you nip that in the butt. I haven't had it, and I haven't even had a guy even slip up to say that. That's just not the way it works. And I think, some people, they may look at what Castro and Tommy have and think that that's the way a relationship between two men work. It doesn't. That is not at all. That's not a word that you get comfortable with, especially in a fresh relationship. Yeah, real mama, he is very comfortable with it. And this, but see the thing, if he honestly, if he's comfortable using it on others, but no, not Castro, not somebody that you have said that you love, that is basically your first relationship. He uses it on him. And the way he does it is just like, you ain't nothing, you're ish. That's the way he uses it towards him. And then for you to sit there and say, y'all ain't stopping nothing, he'll be back Monday. I don't know what's gonna happen. Without somebody really talking to Castro. Yeah, Southern, tell them. Trade doesn't even use that word. Do not. Facts. Especially to someone that you love. That's not the way it works. I could tell from where Tommy kind of still. Well, this is what I thought at first. At first, I thought that, yeah, maybe Tommy, certain things happen like that to him. But I think that, no, I think that he is very aware. Even if that did happen to him, I think he's aware enough to know how to love somebody and how to make somebody hurt. And Voodoo, yeah, Voodoo, yeah, you say he accepts it. Yeah. All we can do at this point, I feel like all I can do is try to just hear what Castro thinks about that word. That's what I really want to know. Like, what does he think about it? And then I'll know. Like, okay, if that word is easy on the eyes to you, if he can call you that and then say he loves you, baby, in the next breath when he's not up here, and if you can just take that and sleep well, then if we know who am I to say anything else? Oh, real mama, you say you don't think Castro is ready to hear it? Mm. Yeah, I think at a point maybe it was used on Tommy, but I think I'd be like, not so much. I'm like, maybe not so much. I was like, maybe he is feeling this. It makes him feel good when he uses it against Castro, and that's really bad. Like, he's using it for strength in order to fight him. It don't look like these two men need to be in a relationship right now. But I heard Castro say today that he was, I think he's looking for somebody to love him, or to, he likes being in that space of a relationship. Mm. But I don't even know, if counseling can help something like that. If, both, people have to be willing to change. I do feel like it may be certain things that Castro does that, yeah, also, isn't the way to handle a relationship, I I was the main one that was there saying I feel like they are trying, because I know these type of relationships are not easy, especially when you're not in your 20s. But this right here, this carrying on for YouTube has to stop because people are calling. And from what Tommy stated, the reason Castro continues to get called these F bombs is because he said he feels that Castro doesn't have his back. And from where I'm thinking, oh, on his back for what? YouTube? And then, Tommy, I don't know, how much you may listen to Castro, but you may want to tread lightly when you're around certain people, because he also stated that his family was certain people, maybe just not his family, were really hot with the way apparently he is being handled, and they may want to cause harm to you. So this is not a good situation if they are to get back together. I just wanted to really come and just tell both men at this point, I don't want harm to come from neither side. They have been together over 2 years or more. So of course you can't keep this situation. We aren't going to be able to keep them away from each other. All we can do is hope that good messages reach either party. Stay the hell away from each other. Try to. Until y'all, I think I just, it ain't really much else that I think we can say. Castro has been in relationships before. If you Castro, if you can come in here, just think about it. In the other relationships that you've been in, you said it yourself. You haven't been through anything like this before. So think about the wrongs that's happening. I know that feeling of lust can take you over, and you don't want to hear nothing that nobody else has to say, especially when your spouse starts acting right again. Yeah, you feel like you can get away when he's acting when he's not acting right. You start feeling that confidence, but I feel that he knows how to pull Castro right back in. Yeah. All I can say is, Castro, he stated that you were coming back. I want to know, did you tell him when he first called you, if you can remember, because I know it's been so many times, when he first called you the F word, did you tell him not to do it no more? Did you tell him, Hold on, what did you just call me? I want to know how used you are to it, or if it hit you at first. Because right now it seems like that he's deluded to the word. When they just be be fussing, from where we can just see it in clear view. He just says that every time he says it, it's like it's a blow. You can just feel the harshness coming from the word, and it's like Castro looks right past it. That's a problem. So y'all, that's all I just wanted to say. I didn't have much anything big to say about the situation because I know it's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of carrying on. I'm gonna say this. I hope this reaches the main thing that I hope reaches both parties is I don't want anything to happen to Castro. I don't want anything to happen to Tommy. Y'all or y'all hands were placed on someone that you said that you love. Hands were placed on them. Then weapons were apparently placed on them. The worst is yet to come if a separation doesn't happen. Y'all, I guess that's everything. I'm glad I was able just to come and talk to y'all about this today. I think I may have told y'all about this before. That's something too. Castro, if you can tell us this, at one point, did Tommy say that you were his property? Because I really think that's the way it starts. If he said that, but you kind of like brushed it off, like he was like, he just playing. That it starts that way. Yeah. So this is where we are right now when it comes to. I feel like Tommy and Castro. A lot of stuff happens for with shock value, around here too. So that's the thing I just can't stand is that kind of still thinking like this may just be a show, and that's because I really thought that, I was like this. I think these two men are just caring. They're actually acting for clicks and views. Hey Davina, what's up, baby? I remember listening to Castro before Tommy was involved. And he was saying, "Oh, I got this boyfriend, y'all." He was just saying, he was like, "I got a boyfriend." And, everybody was like, "Oh, that's cool. Yes. We glad to hear that, Castro." And then he made notice. He was like, "Oh yeah, and he's from YouTube, but I ain't gonna say, who he is. We not gonna do that." It probably would have been best if he could have just went on and not said anything. I think so. I think it would have been a lot better. Real Mama, you said yes because they discussed running plays for clicks. See, See that right, that right there. Mm. They got to realize you can't play with all of this stuff though, because who's gonna, when you really need somebody to believe you, it's gonna be just like the boy that cried wolf. That's why it's even hard for me to try to throw all this on either Castro or throw all this on Tommy. I can't do that. No, because I don't know. At this point, we don't know who's telling the truth. We don't know whose mind is so focused in on how we going to trick the people next. Dang, we took it too far. You guys, this is real life. This is a situation. We just don't know. Because I'm going to say this too. Since we so deep into it. If he did beat on you, Castro, if he beat on you, why were you hiding your face from the camera? You said that your lip was busted open. But Castro, I saw when you were hiding your face. I looked at your lips and then I don't know. I guess you just wiped it away. But Castro said that his face was swollen. He said that his lip was busted. What you would want to show that, but I guess you're protecting Tommy. I guess that's what it is, if that's the case. But this is crazy. Because why are you hiding your face? If you are a victim of abuse, it would see, this is the slip up. If you were protecting him, you wouldn't even come live. That's first. You wouldn't have came live and said what he did to you. But if you come live and you just say you got beat down to the point where you got bruises, why are you hiding your face? Y'all, I'm telling you, go. That's See, and this is why I can't be all 100% Castro. I can't be all 100% Tommy. Tommy said he's coming back Monday. Absolutely. Barn dog. Domestic violence is very serious and it should never be played with, because we don't want that world. We don't want the world where everybody's crying wolf for a click and a view of a YouTube channel. No. And I don't even understand, because before all of this was brought to, when I think their relationship was first surfacing, Tommy's channel was doing good. It was doing good then. So what type of attention, do you need from anyone to start forming storylines with this type of stuff? Y'all. So I just hope something was able to get across. But please don't be playing. Please don't be playing with the with the people. And also it can still lead to something dangerous, because even if at first they were playing and now it's serious, the play could just lead to the end. Like, they just play to the point where I can't let this out. Somebody really snaps. I hope they hear this. I think my commentary today is suited for both men. Because this is the way it's looking. The way this is looking right now, Tommy is putting you in a worse situation, because this is looking like Castro is the victim. Is he the victim, Tommy? And did you look at his video? Because do you want somebody to say do you want somebody to come back over there that is saying that they left your presence swollen, lip busted? This is what somebody could be taking to the police. Y'all, that is just, that's some wild stuff. All right, I just wanted to come to and just bring that to y'all attention. I don't think Castro is going to be able to hit the link. I know he was over there at Jay Wilson's, but with all of this going on, I understand. We here on YouTube have seen more than enough of their relationship. So I don't know, from here, from where I'm gonna tell y'all where we stand right now with the relationship. Right now, Castro said that he's done. He's moving on. That's what we want. We want both men to be separated from each other. But Tommy stated that he'll be back within the next day. He'll be back. And at this point, I feel that probably is so. I don't want either man to snap on one another. We don't need any hospital visits. We don't want nobody going to jail, especially if this is not real. If this ain't real, I say come clean now. Come clean now and end it before it gets worse. I don't like to see relationships do this, I don't like to see it. So y'all, I guess all I can say now is just best of luck to both men. What y'all have, I'm gonna say that's not love. It's not love at all. It looks like somebody's gonna get seriously hurt. And then no telling what's gonna happen. The clicks and views, the attention, all that can just feel good, but it ain't needed. What really needs to be needed, y'all don't know. They don't know how, if it's real. They don't know exactly what they have. Y'all have a relationship. Not everybody up here has one. Meaning, y'all have something that's worth way more than a YouTube channel. that could be in the process of being snatched away from you because YouTube does not. They don't even take this type of stuff in. And you already got people over there that are telling you, don't do it on camera. You got to keep your channel. So your channel is more important than your relationship with another human being that you said you loved. What my project, I'm gonna say my project, and I'm turning this right on me. My project is to be more human. That's where I'm trying to head with things. Human. Because that's the most important. That is. What are you gonna do if somebody come? You say you stay in the projects. What are you gonna do if somebody come take your phone, take your laptop so that you can't go live? Who's gonna be there? Another person. Which would be Castro. He'll be there. You still got something to love on, not a computer or a YouTube channel. Remember, your YouTube channel gone. Somebody done took your computer. Somebody took your phone that you get on YouTube with. But you can have each other. But guess what? That wouldn't be enough. You'll start yelling that word out to him even more. Hey, Demon Soul. Thank you, boo. Yeah, I just wanted to really bring neutral commentary to the relationship of Tommy and Castro, because it's needed. Self-love yourself. Hey, baby. Oh yeah, and Demon Soul, I meant to tell you too, boo. I love that avatar. I think your avatar is so cute. Yeah. So y'all, I guess that's about it. I feel that with YouTube, you start to like to see certain relationships grow. We meet new people. Like we met Miss Yolanda. I like Yolanda over there with Tommy. But no, this just has to the story. You see the storylines building? No. I'm sorry, you can't always have it in this way. You could be hurting someone that you love for YouTube. You better remember this. Oh, you are so welcome, boo. You better remember that this is an entertainment app and that it's free. And guess what? Your channel can be taken away from you just like that. You can be up here popping your ish, and next thing you know, it's gone. But guess what? Your YouTube channel's gone. You still got Castro. Or Castro, you still got Tommy. But it ain't gonna work like that right now. We would be scared to death right now if this was taken away from y'all. Because I think it would just make you madder. It would make you mad. I think you already don't like the way it could be going for you on the application, and you take it out on said partner. So yeah, y'all, this is all I can say at this moment. For real. If don't nothing else hit you. I don't want anything to happen to Castro. I don't want anything to happen to Tommy. This is a very serious matter now. Don't come up here playing. You can't play with this type of stuff. Cops get involved. Other people get involved. Castro said today that certain people don't like the way he is getting apparently attacked and that they want to hurt Tommy. Castro said that he was lumped up. He said that his face was swollen and that his lip was busted. But Castro was trying to hide his face from the camera. So the only thing I can think of is that he was protecting Tommy, or either it was not true. Castro's live is up. Last thing he basically said was the police was maybe called. I don't know. I know he must have left his live and went to Jay Wilson's. Somebody said, I don't, somebody in the chat seemed to think or know that the police did go to Tommy's. I don't know if Tommy talked about that. This is all out of whack, everybody. I'm seeing content creators throw tears in the chat. I saw them, they were throwing tears in the chat. Some of the content creators that come up here and fight every day. This is serious. They was tearing up, and I said, this is real right here. This stuff that's going on, and I know what's next. I know what's next for me. I'm going to get on my knees and do what I know I can do best, and that's pray. Yep. So hopefully somebody will ask Castro those questions, you guys. And let I guess we'll just have to see. I'm quite sure maybe he'll be on. I guess they'll be on Jay Wilson's later. Oh, what time is it, y'all? Okay, I'm quite sure some folks will be going live. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna make me some noodles, y'all. Yeah. And yeah, Castro, as well as Tommy. If y'all are playing, stop right now. Stop everything that you're doing. And I say, let YouTube know. And I'm quite sure you'll be way more accepted. They'll accept you at this point. Because it's no turning back at this. It's no turning back. Oh, okay, Demon Sobu. Yeah. So y'all take care. Okay, I just wanted to get out that little bit of word on what I saw today and where we are. We saw it before. We saw, Tommy and Castro separated before we did. All right, y'all. Guess we'll just have to see what happens from here. Y'all take it easy. Yes, isn't that right, boo? Self-love is the best love. I hope that Tommy, and Castro, I hope both of them take the time while they are by themselves to start learning how to self-love each other. Just, like Castro learning how to self-love, and then Tommy learning how to self-love. Because that's the only way that they're going to be able to come together. All right, good night, everybody.